You guys really thought that I was going to let you watch the entire intro, didn't you? Ha! Bunch of wackos. Throwback gang, welcome back to a brand new episode of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So we are going to see something different today. You guys in the last episode can remember I last saved up at the Ocean View Hotel, if I'm not wrong, but I did play the next mission, but it wasn't the best. I was experiencing a lot of frame drops, so I decided not to save it up. But I did do some things off camera that unfortunately I wasn't able to capture on film. But that's the whole point of this episode. I'm going to be replaying some of those things that I didn't capture on film, show you how I got the extra $2,000 to add to the amount that I had earned so far so that I could buy an apartment. And I can't figure out why there's a woman screaming in my gameplay. This is weird. Anyway, so now we are going to this convenience store so that I can show you that the robbing store mechanic is actually available in this game. And I now realize why she was screaming. She was in the back of the car. Lovely. So as you guys can see, we are pointing at the attendant and he's giving us the moolah, exactly what we want. So don't fidget about the cops. We want to wait until those bundles reach 4. Once those bundles reach 4, that shows that we have 1,000 in hand, or I guess 3. So we want to escape the clutches of the law after doing something that's not right. I would suggest that you don't do this at home or at school or pretty much anywhere except a virtual video game, right? So right now we are going to, my goodness, right now we are going to try and escape. We hopefully will get away with it. We are currently being pursued by what I can relate to being the FBI in Vice City terms, in the fast cheaters, and they are very aggressive. Of course, we are on 3 wanted star levels, which means we are halfway through to the maximum amount of star levels possible. So you can excuse them for their level of aggression, but that was just to show you guys where you can get the extra money to get the apartment where you saw me spawn from. So couple of things. This episode is going to be a bit fairly longer than the rest as we have to escape that burning vehicle. Lovely. So we're going to enter this car and I'm going to have to look for another car because I want to use the paint spray mechanic and just get rid of this 3 stars immediately. And we have a winner. So let's first get rid of this paint spray before I talk to you guys about how long this episode is going to be tonight. So couple of things. These cops have horrible aim. You'd think they are the bad guys in some very tacky superhero movie, you know. Those guys who will spray you with 100 bullets and miss each and every one of them. You guys have watched such a movie before, come on. So we've gotten rid of we've not gotten rid of the wanted level, but at this point it's akin to us getting rid of this wanted level. Right now I want to head to Canon Cortez and get to the mission Guardian Angels, I believe, and it's the mission to which we will get the absolutely disgusting overpowered vehicle, which is Ricardo Diaz's Admiral. So that vehicle is, get this guys, bulletproof, fireproof, explosion proof. It's proof of everything except from falling into water, if I can put it that way. So it's a vehicle that you can use for absolutely any mission in this game. Well, that requires a car.
Asked me to oversee a minor business transaction.
Let's hope it goes better than last time.
Which is why I thought of you, my friend. I've dropped some protection at the multi-story car park. Pick it up, then go and watch over Diaz's men at the drop-off. Gracias, amigo.
So with every Grand Theft video game, we are getting progressed further and further into the story as we are getting showed the next, if I can put it that way, the next bosses of each section of the game, if I can let me just explain it that way. So like right now, Ricardo Diaz has been really helpful in showing us who runs the city and who doesn't. If I can, yeah, who runs the city and who doesn't. So right now we are about to get introduced to Ricardo Diaz, and he's pretty much the criminal kingpin of Vice City. So it should be a treat.
Hogging all the action, I see.
Look, you want to do something other than just shadowing me everywhere? Why don't you come along and show me if you're any use?
I might just do that. The name's Lance, by the way.
Tommy Versetti, let's go.
So currently we are heading towards halfway through the game, which, as surprising as it actually is. We're almost halfway. We're almost reaching halfway playing this entire game, so that's nice. Most of the second half of the game involves running a lot of businesses, so it really doesn't seem like you're going to be doing a lot, but you will be doing a lot. It's just that a lot of it is very passive. So right now we are going to meet Ricardo Diaz, and he holds the key to us taking over Vice City, as you guys are going to see much later on. So right now we are going to fail this first attempt at the mission so that we can get that beauty of a car that is just arrived in.
You must be Cortez's new gun.
Until more gainful opportunities arise. We'll be here any minute. We both better get a good vantage point.
Okay, I'll take the balcony, you get the roof across the yard.
So a couple of ways you can go about this mission. Diaz's vehicle is not the only one that is actually armored. This specific flamed, tricked out vehicle is also armored, but it loses its armored status immediately after you save the game. That's why it's not regarded in the community. Diaz's vehicle keeps it from start to the finish of the game. You are literally invincible in that vehicle, and it's what we want to obtain right now, or rather it's what I'm showing you guys to obtain right now. So you're going to protect Diaz and Lance at this point of the game because it's important. We don't want the vehicle to auto lock before we've reached the point where it's automatically unlocked. So I go down here because I need a machine gun as well. It's part of the weapon inventories that I don't yet have, so that's why I left the balcony. Plus I don't want to aim in first person. I find it kind of tacky, so using the machine gun, or actually the submachine gun, it's pretty much easier for me anyway. There are some people who find it easier to use the first person aiming, which, I mean, fair play to you, man, if you're one of those kinds of people. So right now we are taking care of the Haitian gang so that they don't attack I think this is the Cuban gang together with Mr. Diaz that were conducting a business deal. So I'm taking them down. I don't know why Lance keeps asking for my help when he also has a gun to protect himself, but anywho, that's neither here nor there. And now this is the point where we can actually get the vehicle. So what the game wants us to do is to take the second bike off that other guy and chase the first guy, but what we'll do is run towards Diaz's car and simply stand here and wait. And wait, and wait, and wait until we fail the mission. There we go. So right now we're going to enter his car. It's going to remain unlocked at this point. We are not going to reload the checkpoint because we don't want to. And now we have a vehicle that is literally invincible. I'm talking, it can survive grenades, it can survive rocket launchers, it can survive bullets, it can survive fire, it survives everything, and I want to prove it to you guys right now. So I absolutely overshot that grenade, so I'm going to undershoot this one right underneath the car, and yeah, it's like nothing. It mirrors that vehicle, the beast that Barack Obama uses in some way. So as you guys can see, I'm out here absolutely pelting it with bullets and nothing is happening, and I shoot a police car by mistake. But either way, you guys can see literally nothing is happening to this vehicle. That's how much of a beast car it is. So couple that with how I showed you guys to use the robbing store mechanic that is in both GTA 5 and in this Vice City video game, you can get to that apartment which I loaded from at the start of the video, It only costs $6,000, and from all the missions you did before this episode, you'll have $4,000. So do that together with the two Robin Store mechanic jobs, and failing the mission, you're going to have more than 6,000 at hand to buy that apartment. Go and store this wonderful vehicle in your garage so that you can have it for the rest of the game. It comes clutch in so many missions up ahead. I'm going to be mentioning some of them when we get to them, where it's just better that you arrive at that mission while in the car, so that that car can protect you from all the bullets flying around, and you can have an easier time completing some of these missions. So as you can see, this vehicle is completely immovable, it's completely indestructible, and honestly speaking, if you haven't yet gotten this vehicle, I don't know what you're doing. You should absolutely get it. So right now I'm going to be driving towards the apartment that I'm talking about. It has one garage space and it costs 6,000, as I've alluded to so many times right now. And it's the best place that you can store this vehicle at the start of the game, when you're still building your profile in the city of Vice City, until you can find, well, until we get to much bigger and better things up the road that we eventually get to. So there's no need to rush. You can just do simply one thing at a time. So time for me to initiate some of the regular house cleaning, if I can put it that way. So if you're new here, welcome to the Throwback Gang. I make a lot of gaming content that I hope is fun and entertaining for all of you guys. And if you're so far enjoying this episode, please leave a like and subscribe and help us grow our community. As you can see, this is the first admiral I got that I played off camera, which I didn't have the footage to, so I'm sorry, but I want to show you guys pretty much the same vehicle as I've been trying to allude to. Now we have two unbreakable vehicles. I'm going to try hold on to this one for as much as possible, so throughout the missions that we're going to be doing ahead. One thing about these older games is that once you enter a vehicle, you have 2 or maybe 3 vehicle entries before you lose the first vehicle you are in. So the way that works is, for example, right now I'm in this car, so this is the last vehicle I've driven. So the computer memory and the game memory registers that this car needs to remain on the map. So when I enter another car, that will register as car 1, and then if I enter a different car, that will register as car number 2. So if I enter car number 3, this vehicle specifically here, the game will remove it from its memory of vehicles in favor of the 2 latest vehicles I was in. So right now I'm going to try my hardest not to board more than 2 different vehicles, and each time I board 2 different vehicles, I'll have to immediately walk. If those vehicles are destroyed or if I can't locate them, I'll have to walk to the last location where I left this vehicle, so that it doesn't get removed from the game's memory. So I hope that explanation is clear enough for you guys to see how this works as well. So right now I want to now head to Colonel Cortez, not Ricardo Diaz. I want to head to Colonel Cortez and actually complete this mission this time, so that we can progress our story. And the way we are going to progress this story is, if something is significant, I'm going to be failing those missions on purpose, so that I can show you that we are going for something significant. And if something isn't, but it's something I think you guys should know in case you want to, I'm going to be mentioning it in passing. And if something isn't there at all, then it probably will skip my mind, so I apologize in advance for that. As you can see, what I was explaining before, that was the very vehicle that I came to try this mission for the very first time in, and it's still outside Colonel
Boss, I
Cortez's
appreciate your
place.
comment. Forgive me for getting straight to business. Diaz has asked me to oversee a minor business
Let's hope
transaction,
it goes better than last time.
which is why I thought of you, my friend. I've dropped some protection at the multi-story car park. Pick it up, then go and watch over Diaz's men at the drop-off. Gracias, amigo.
So now we are
Apparently
finally
that
going to
midget
do
runs
this
madhouse.
mission the
Let's see what
correct way.
that creep has to do with things.
I don't want to lose this vehicle, so I'm going to do this, and now it registers as the very last vehicle I was in. So now this is going to be car number 1. I only have one more slot before that armored beast of a car disappears, so I'll have to choose my vehicles carefully. And it's just hit me right now that if I go to pick up that weapon in the car park, this car will disappear. I will have to use Lance's car to get to the meeting, and I'll have to get on the bike to chase that other guy. So, practically speaking, guys, we've already lost the car. Yeah, we've already lost the car, and I feel like a complete dud that I did not realize that. But anyway, we live and learn. That's why I'm glad I played the first one of camera to get the vehicle.
Look, you want to do something other than just shadowing me everywhere? Why don't you come along and show me if you're any use?
I might just do that. The name's Lance, by the way.
Tommy Vercetti, let's go.
So if you can remember from the very first episode at the beginning of the game, me and me by me I mean Tommy Vercetti and Lance, we were ambushed at a meeting of an exchange at some point in the Vice Port. I think that's where the meeting was going on. So right now two things are happening. Lance is looking for the guy responsible for his brother's death, and we are looking for the guy responsible for, taking our money and again ambushing the deal. So this is the classic the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. So right now every mission we do progresses us closer to finding out who was behind such actions.
You must be Cortez's new gun.
Until more gainful opportunities arise. They'll be here any minute. We both better get a good vantage point.
Okay, I'll take the balcony, you get the roof across the yard.
So this time round I won't sit down at this balcony to protect them like the game wants me to. I'm going to be running around on the ground so that I can get as I completely screw up. I'm going to be running around the ground so that I can get as much bullets as possible for this submachine gun, because it's a really nice weapon to use for the rest of the game. There is one last weapon which you should get, which is a sniper rifle. I think it's one of the most underrated weapons in the game as well. So that's the final one that we'll be looking for. And once we get it, it should be really easy for us to go through the entire game without any more issues. So right now I am looking at protecting Lance first because he complains a lot for some reason, and because I can see so many weapons down here, I'm simply going to go and get them, because again, as I said, I'm trying to help you guys find easier ways to get pretty much everything, from free armor to free ammunition and free weapons all over the map. So this is what we are doing for the entire place. That guy is really smart, running around a very indestructible vehicle. And yeah, so at this point we are trying to get rid of everybody. It's pretty much akin to an auto scroller where you can't do much until the predetermined number of assailants come to pass, as I was saying. And now we are going to follow this guy and actually complete the mission. So there are two ways you can do this. You could ride the bike as you shoot, but I find it a bit mundane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run him off his bike. That way he can't do anything else rather than try to get back on his bike, and we won't let him get back on his bike. I will take him down, get the money, and we can go back to try and finish the mission. So at this point, I want to point out, what you're seeing here isn't me trying to be cool. I do believe this is one of the glitches that people complain about in the game. They do look cool, I might be honest. I could have simply said I'm the best in the world at doing bike tricks, but I believe it's one of the glitches. So not the best, but again, I'm not complaining as much as everyone is, because it is still a fun experience at the end of the day. If you're enjoying the episode so far, please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so that you can be part of our growing community. Thank you for the support that you guys have been giving me so far, and I really, really appreciate it for each and every one of you
Where's that guy, Lance?
being part of this wonderful growing community. So right now we are done with Colonel Cortez's missions for the moment anyway, and right now here I am trying to figure out if this is the bike I came in, and I'm not, and we get surprised that not Colonel Cortez, I'm so obsessed with the guy. We get surprised that Ricardo Diaz decided to drive and leave his indestructible vehicle right here. So I'm going to test if it's actually his indestructible vehicle. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is. You know, we all complain about this game being so buggy and glitchy. But if the glitch gives you this, then trust me, I am not complaining. So I'm grateful for the bugginess and the glitchiness of this game that I actually have been given the most indestructible vehicle in the game for absolutely nothing. So I do not know if you guys are going to experience this glitch at some point in your gameplays, but in the case you do, I hope you are as happy and as surprised as I am that I actually got this car for nothing. But just to be safe, you can follow the exact gameplay I showed you guys earlier so that you can get this vehicle pretty much immediately without having to rely on a glitch to come to your rescue. So as with everything, we normally save our games. So now we want to go and meet Ricardo Diaz for the very first time and see what kind of jobs he has for us to do. So as I said earlier, today's mission is going to be today's episode is going to be much longer than the rest have been so far, because I have taken a bit of a hiatus since the last upload, so it's almost as if I'm making up for it. So you can expect more episodes also tomorrow and throughout the weekend, so that we can make up for the time lost, that we should be at the same place we would have been if the uploads were a bit more regular and consistent. So the episodes are going to be at least 10 minutes longer, with at least 1 or 2 more missions put inside, so that we can also progress the story, as I am really excited to also bring to you guys some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and I'm also excited to bring to you guys some more gaming content, so that you guys can always have your fix, and you can always have your feel, and you can always know that no matter what's happening around you, some nice movie type entertainment is on the way, with a little tinge of nerdiness and a lot of love. So right now we are at Ricardo Diaz's mansion, and I have to say this place is nice, apart from what can be described as a gang war happening. Weird. So let's go and meet this man that runs Vice City, unopposed. If you're wondering why I paused there, I just wanted all of you guys to see the D. Hey yo.
Stupid horse! I'll chop your head off! Who is this thickhead?
Tommy Versetti. You remember me.
Excuse me, I'm a little anxious. Never trust a goddamn horse. You do a good job. You work for me now.
I work for money.
As I said, amigo, you work for me now.
I work for
Shut
money.
up! Some Judas has betrayed me. He thinks I don't know how much money I should be making. But stealing 3% is as good as stealing 100%. No one does this to me. No one. You follow him from his apartment, and you see where he goes. Later, we will kill him.
For someone with a lot of anger issues, the guy does his
Mess with
due
me?
diligence.
This is the best Vice City has to offer. This is gonna be easy.
This guy really does his due diligence. For somebody who is pretty much always at You know, you look at some of these bosses and you think that they are really full of anger issues, messed out of their minds, and they really don't have anything else going on for them. But this guy, I mean, he can notice everything to the point of 3%. Well, I think anybody can notice anything losing by 3% if it's really that important to you. Because, I mean, if it was important to me, I would have noticed as well. So, but I'm not taking anything away from him. I still find it a bit amazing that he could do all that. So, right now, I am going to see this guy at his apartment. So what this mission entails is that we are not supposed to get destroyed ourselves, but we are also not supposed to destroy the guy we are tailing, because we want to see exactly where he goes after, you know, robbing the boss. So that's what we are going to be doing right now. Nice apartment though, if I do say so myself.
Oh, shit!
I don't know, guys. I don't think I'd see somebody and then immediately snap out and try to run away. Looks a bit awkward. So I've seen speedrunners do this thing where they absolutely run super fast and overtake the guy and get into the vehicle before him and literally couple together to the destination, and it's the funniest thing alive. I'm not a speedrunner for that matter, and I do believe even if I was, I wouldn't be able to pull this stunt off. So we are going to do it the old-fashioned way and ride a whole scooter as we follow some dudes around the city and hope we are not absolutely destroyed. So as with everything that correlates to an auto scroller, there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. You just have to get through it, I guess. It's kind of like a really bad cold or a bad flu. You just have to soldier through it, and that's what we are doing in these auto scrollers. They are pretty much the most boring parts of any game, by the way, where you absolutely can't do anything no matter how much you want to. So I'm gonna sit down and ask you guys how your day has been. How's life for you guys? How are you guys feeling? I hope life's taking you guys good, and because after all we are all alive, we are chilling, we are breathing. And yeah, any day above the ground is a good day if you ask me, guys. So if you haven't yet done so, I will take the opportunity through this horrible autoscroller to say, check out the previous episode. I'll leave it linked at the top of the screen. And now I have to get rid of this scooter because for some reason that shot hit our rear tire, which you know what it means, guys. We've already lost the armored vehicle again. We've had some really mixed up kind of luck in this video, from going to points of such great luck to points of that luck absolutely going away. So right now we found out where the guy stays, as that truck driver absolutely destroys the cab driver's car. So now what we are going to do is report back to Ricardo Diaz like the nice, wonderful employee we are, and tell him, boss, I know where he lives. Just so you guys know, I do not subscribe to that kind of life. I do believe everybody should mind their own business. If something doesn't concern you, please by all means stay away from it. So anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to leave a like, a subscription would be nice, and turn on the bell notification so that you never miss an upload of ours. We are well on the way to 100 subscribers and the support has been tremendous, so I thank all of you guys for that. I will also be bringing you a lot of Little Hope. I do want to complete the entire series next week so that we can move on to another wonderful and tantalizingly exciting series that I have lined up for you guys, so you can stay tuned for that. We also want to finish Vice City by next week, so that in the next coming week I can begin San Andreas for you guys in tandem with that new series that I have lined up for you guys. So there's so much coming for you guys, so that you can always have a lot of fun. And here we are confirming that our beast of a vehicle is gone. F in the charts for our beautiful vehicle. So guys, this is going to be our final mission for the episode. It must be nice being this rich.
What, Ricardo?
These idiots, they're always trying to screw you. That's the problem with this business. What do you think you're doing? These pricks have failed me miserably. Soon any mom and pop will think they could sell Gallo in Vice City. What next, huh? The stinking mafia? That gang place is a fortress at ground level. So Quentin here, Quentin! He'll fly you over the area. Eradicate them! What do you think you're doing?
Quentin? That has to be the worst alibi name I've ever
I've been
heard.
asking around. It's obvious that Diaz jumped the deal and iced my brother.
And he'll kill you too.
I can take Diaz.
No, listen to me. I'll handle Diaz. He's beginning to trust me.
Did you guys just catch that?
One thing puzzling me. What's with Quentin? I don't know. I always kind of liked it. Quentin Vance. Vance? You hate Lance Vance? Hey, I got enough of that at school. Lance Vance, poor bastard.
So guys, I'm going to be looking behind and you're going to see someone jump off the bridge.
You ever fire one of those?
I hope you guys caught a glimpse of that.
No. I'll get a bit of practice on the way, though.
So I'm supposed to be shooting at some of these passing choppers and boats as a form of practice, but
Then I'll set you down, and you'll
they didn't do anything wrong to us, so I don't feel like they deserve to get shot at. So I won't be shooting at them. These guys, however, deserve what's coming to them. So as with every video game or every gaming scenario in history, if you see a barrel, it's almost universal that you have to shoot at it to create the best explosion there is. So right now we are trying to clear as many of these people as possible, because their location is a fortress. You can't go in via the ground level. They are going to absolutely pulverize you. So we are doing it from up above, you know, countering their wonderful strategy, clearing as many as possible so that you can take in one operative via the ground to finish the job. So I'm not the best first person shooter, as you guys can see. My aiming is absolutely atrocious, and I'll be the first to admit that. But it's not about being the best, it's about having fun along the way. I think even you guys can hear it in my voice that I actually don't even believe my own voice. It's always about being the best, guys. You might not be the best now, but it doesn't mean you stop trying. You try and try and try until it's either impossible or you're the best. Look at me giving you a lot of motivational speeches while absolutely massacring our whole population. With that being said, the amount of words I've used in this video, I don't think YouTube is going to take lightly to this video, but hey, we are a people of I swear I had something cool for this section. We are a people who love to express ourselves as freely as possible. You know, within the YouTube community guidelines, that is. So, right now, I think we've cleared enough number of people so that we can go in from the ground and get what we are supposed to get, you know, if we can actually alight from the chopper. And there we are. So I'm going to go for my favorite submachine gun because it's a very nice weapon. It gets the job done, and that's all you can ask for. So I'm getting rid of pretty much everyone around. These are the people we couldn't get to from the chopper, and so it's what we are trying to finish up with now. Why would you volunteer that information though? Anyway guys, I believe this is the end of the mission, so I will leave you with some of my favorite quotes. It only takes a second for your life to change, so never give up. Stay safe, stay smart, be kind, tell somebody you love them, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.